My school made a new rule for girls, and by Monday morning, the entire school had found a loophole. One Friday, our vice principal walked into every classroom with a very serious face. From next week, girls are no longer allowed to wear high ponytails. Nobody understood why. Apparently, they were too distracting. We all looked at each other. Distracting. To who? Nobody asked, because asking questions usually meant getting another lecture. Monday morning arrived. I walked through the school gate and almost burst out laughing. Not a single girl had a high ponytail. Instead, every single one of us had the lowest ponytail imaginable. Some were practically resting on our shoulders. Others were so low they looked like they were about to fall out. Technically, they weren't high ponytails. The teachers couldn't say a word. For 2 whole days, we thought we'd won. Then another announcement came. All ponytails must now be tied at the middle of the head. The next morning, half the girls showed up with braids. The other half had buns. Again, not ponytails. The vice principal looked completely exhausted. By Wednesday, she stopped checking hairstyles altogether, but she wasn't done making rules. A week later, she announced, no friendship bracelets. She said students spent too much time trading them. The next day, everyone showed up wearing matching hair ties instead. They weren't bracelets. Nobody had broken the rule. One teacher actually laughed when she noticed. Even she knew what we were doing. Looking back, none of us were trying to be rebellious. We still wore our uniforms. We still arrived on time. We still respected our teachers. We just couldn't understand why girls were always getting new rules over things that never affected our grades. Years later, one of my classmates became a teacher. I asked her if she'd ever make rules like those. She smiled and said, only if I wanted my students to become better lawyers than me. We both laughed, because school didn't teach us how to break rules. It accidentally taught us how to read the fine print, and somehow, that ended up being a much more useful life skill.